Hello YouTube, bringing you, I have a clan battle from World of Tanks. I am playing my IS-4 here. So as soon as we get started here, we are missing 3 people. So basically we are rather underpowered, not at all, undergunned. Also we have 4 tier 9s instead of 10s.
Move out!
This is a rather interesting map actually, because you have it's basically split alongside in 2 halves, just like compared to, for instance, maps like Himmelsdorf, where it's more or less a full city everywhere. Here you can have 2 styles of play if you want. Since you have a more open field sort of over on the 7, 8, 9 and 0 line, and then you have a city or urban area in the middle here, or left side. It's both good and bad, because in one sense you can utilize your RT, but in another way you can't. So it's a lot more balanced in that regard than most of the maps that Wargaming has. So what we're basically doing is setting up positions and such in a defensive manner, to basically until we know what they have. That's one of the interesting things they brought to Clan Wars not so long ago. You can't see what the other side has, basically. So it makes scouting very important. Those unknown question marks, for those who don't know, is basically someone that has shot at you without you knowing, or without you having spotted them. Given that they've shot all the way back there, it's most likely that they have artillery. We are taking it rather slow, since we've only spotted one of theirs, which is a T-54. We know they have 1 RT, so we do not want to push too hard, depending on if they have a large medium swarm, for instance, that suddenly comes charging in across the field. As that would be rather disastrous if we would have all our heavies in the middle of the town. Now that we think that they aren't really bringing much, we are splitting it up a bit. A few of us will go on the attack to basically try and stall them, while the rest goes back to defend.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
At this point,
We've lost a track.
I am being somewhat lucky. It was a double track there instead of actually taking damage. Most likely due to the angle
Track
of my tank.
repaired. Drive on. We nailed them bad. One of our gas tanks ruptured. We're low
Lost
on
a bit too
fuel.
much HP really going across there compared to what I should have, but
The track is damaged.
I lost more hit points. So for me now, being so low on hit points, I need to take it very, very carefully, because if I die, the team loses potential firepower. It's better for me to stay alive, even though without taking any large chances, because the opportunity to be useful might present itself. With the base saved, the rest are able to come into play, and given that they have a ton of people along the 6th line, all of those that went back to the base are able to shoot on them. That means that we have more or less our entire team's full firepower concentrated on them. And since they are split up in 2 groups, they have one along the entire line. And there I was really lucky and took up my gun instead of doing that. So we can basically split them up a bit, or we have split them up a bit, and then I'm taking them out one by one in a concentrated fashion with our 2 groups. What I'm doing here is basically let our T-110 take a shot before I get involved. That way I know that I won't die, and he has hit points enough to manage by taking a few hits. tracking him, as you saw there, I aimed at his tracks. I am able to both damage and be able to track him so he stays in position and can't come after me. The American heavies, basically you can shoot them at certain locations on the tanks in the track areas and be able to do full damage compared to tracking. If you do that in Russian tanks, then you will either track them or the track will just absorb your shell basically. So it doesn't work very well against Russian heavies. It does work rather well against and we have 2 heroes in our backs, which is not bad. German heavies, they're a bit hit and miss with that. Sometimes they get tracked, all the times they do take damage, so that's all quite good. Having now disposed of the rest of the team, it's basically just picking off those trackers, so to speak. So as you saw there, I shot him in the tracks and did damage. I hope you enjoyed this fight. Bring you another one very soon.